Hey there folks, Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today for this episode we are going back to the FILBE hydration carrier, but namely this time we are going to be focusing on the tube itself. Now as you guys know, I have been using this for months and months and months now. I have actually given a review on this, and my review still stands. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. But as we've gone into the winter months, a couple of things have begun to present themselves in accordance to this tube here. So go ahead, grab a cup of coffee, let's start talking about it. We'll go ahead and start by taking a look here at this cover, and as you can see it goes from the bite valve all the way down into the pack, into the base of the bladder. Now since I received this pack months ago, and I've been using it, and I love it, I've had some questions about this tube cover. Now in many cases, for information about these packs and so on, you will see that they are described as an insulated tube cover. And I can tell you guys, that is not the case. This is just a plain old tube cover. This is not insulated. And I definitely was wondering that. It's definitely not thick like most of them are. And after a couple months of cold winter use, I can tell you guys that if you're not careful, this tube will absolutely freeze up on you. There are definitely a couple of ways that you can go about preventing this, and I'll discuss those in a minute. Now for my experiences, once it hits 32 degrees and the wind starts blowing just a little bit, it does not take long for this tube to begin freezing up on you. Now just recently I was out doing a night hike, it was about 26 degrees, and before I knew it, within an hour, this tube was frozen all the way up. I had to actually stick this inside of my jacket to thaw it out so I can get water out of it. Now even at 31 degrees I had this thing beginning to freeze. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. It's something to keep it in your mind. If you happen to have one of these, if you run one of these, I will show you a couple of ways that you can actually keep these things from freezing. Now one thing is very, very simple. As soon as you take a sip of water, blow all the water back into the bladder itself, Now the other way, and this is what I happen to use, I kind of like, I will stick this inside of my jacket, just the tube itself. So I'll go ahead and put a jacket on and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so I have the hydration carrier on here. I will typically take the tube itself and I will run it over my shoulder and stick it inside of my jacket like this. I can even put it over here, kind of block it, keep it warmer, and you'll be just fine that way. So if you happen to catch yourself that your bladder's actually frozen, the tube's frozen, shove that down in your jacket and it will thaw out. That's definitely one route to take. For winter use, I would recommend that you replace this tube or at least put a new cover on it. This is a long tube, so you would have to definitely search out and find a long tube cover. Overall, I have to say that this is just a cover. It is meant to conceal the tube. It is not meant to insulate it in the least little bit. So guys, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. I just wanted to pass on a little update here. As I continue to use our gear, I will of course pass on additional information. So guys, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys around. Everybody, take care.